Hey, okay, this is Mr. Dickey. I'm going to go ahead and talk about creating a handlebar using a demo just to show how to create the bar using planes, sketch planes, and 3D sketches, also using SolidWorks base command, and then mirroring that over. Okay, so this is the idea that we have a handlebar like this, which is about 24 inches across in general. It drops down about 3 inches from here, about 10 inches back from this point. Has a series of radiuses, like a 2.5 inch radius here and a 6-inch radius here, here, and here. And then just kind of showing how to create this shape in 3D space. Okay, typically when we do a SolidWorks base command, we have a profile like a circle that sweeps along any kind of a path in one plane. But today we're going to go back and sweep this profile along a path that's across 3D points. Okay, so again, this is one way to create this. So starting in a new file, I'm going to start by just right-clicking and showing the right plane to work with, and then I'm going to, when you see the plus sign, remember that you can create multiple planes by using the control key and a left click, dragging that out, and then I'm going to set this to 3 inches, and then I'm going to have 3 of these set up with that. Okay. Again, the idea is I want to use my right plane to mirror across. I'm going to create the sketch points on these planes and a couple in the top plane to work from when I do the 3D sketch. Okay. So I'm going to start by clicking on the plane 3 and beginning a sketch here. And I'm going to go ahead and use center lines to connect the sketch points. So I'm going to go from the origin over about 10 inches. Let me zoom out a little bit. And then go ahead and dimension that, and then have another center line that comes down about 3 inches to here, and again I'll smart dimension that at 3 inches. I need to have one center line or a construction line from the midpoint coming down about 1 inch here to kind of wrap up and come through with my handlebar. So I'll smart dimension that to 1 inch. There it is. Okay, so cool. So right now we have that's on that plane, and those are the points I'm going to use so far. So I'll be using that point as reference, this point, and that bottom point. Okay, so now I need to create some more points. The handlebar is going to come down through those 2 points and go back up this way. I want to use plane 2 now to create the next sketch point. So I'm going to click on plane 2, choose Start Sketch, and I'm going to go to normal 2 here, just look straight onto that and use this first sketch as a reference to create the second one. So I'm going to go from this point and come up just like 1 inch to here, and smart dimension that, and bring it over. Try that again. There it is. And then that's all I need for that plane. The last 2 planes are going to have 2-inch sketch lines. So I'm going to start a sketch on this plane and plane 1 now, like this, and rotate normal 2 again, and I'm going to use again the original reference from here coming at 2 inches, and smart dimension that. There it is. And next thing is to place another one over here. So I'm going to exit sketch, start on this one on the right plane, and again normal 2, and just create a copy of that. I could copy it. I'm just going to create it, bring it up. I've already dimensioned it, so I'm going to use the points like that and just place it on top of that one. Okay, so here it is. I have, again, I'm going to use these points to work with when I create the bar. I'm going to go from this point or near to it to here, to this point. Again, just reference points to this one, to this top one here, to that one when I go through and make the 3D sketch. Last thing I want to do is open up a top plane and create one more part of the handlebar coming this way. So I'm going to go to the top plane here, right click and say show the top plane, and I'm just going to bring this over so it's kind of not in the way, but so you kind of see where that is. That's right along the top there. And I'm going to start a sketch in the top plane and just create another reference line from this point here. Let me go back for a second here and turn off. Just going to close these planes because I don't need to see these anymore. I'm going to hide these. A little bit. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to, again, top plane sketch. And choose a center line and go from here, just bring it out this way, about 6 inches or so. I'll go ahead and dimension this like that. So 6 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and set this at about 25 degrees, like this. Try it again, hang on. There it is. So about 25 degrees. Like that. Here we go. X my sketch. Okay, so there's the sketch points I want as kind of the path I'm going to take. I'm going to go ahead and right click and hide the top plane and the right plane, so it's not in the way. So we're looking at our sketch points. Now I'm going to go to sketch and choose what's called 3D sketch. The 3D sketch allows me to choose any point in space to sketch on. So I'll go back and now I'm going to go ahead and choose a line command to create my path, and I'm going to go from this point now to this point here, down below. Now I'm going to go up over here to this one, and then up above to these two here, and that's it. Okay. So as I go through this, there's the sketch of my handlebars. And now what I want to do is add fillets to that. So I have my fillet command. I'm going to set this at 2.5 for the radius, and then I'm going to bring it around right there. So one idea here is that I'm really just going in kind of basic shapes to get the basic structure, and then adding the fillets to make the sweeps and the curves as I need to. Okay, I'll check mark that. Set this to about 6 inches for these other radiuses right here, here, and here. Okay, this radius is too big to connect these two. We're going to leave that alone, and that'll kind of create the flow around for the handlebar as it goes around like this. Okay, so really we're letting the fillets do the work to create the 3D curves, rather than trying to use something like a spline, which would be just kind of all over the place in 3D. Okay, so we have that done. Next thing is to get out of the 3D sketch, because I'm still in it, and to get out of a 3D sketch, you want to go back to 3D sketch and click on it again. So you don't use like exit sketch like in a 2D sketch. You click on 3D sketch again, and I'm out of that and ready to move on. Okay. Next thing is to go to features and go to swept boss base, and you can use a profile like right now. When I click on the path, it sees the path as a sketch, and I could create a profile at the end to kind of sweep the profile, but I just need a circle to do that. So I'm going to use this standard circular profile. Set it at about 0.75, 3/4 of an inch, and that just sets it up and runs it all across the path. Cool. So there it is. I'm going to check mark that. There's half of my handlebar, alright, in 3D. And then last thing is to use one face or surface to do the mirror. So mirror command, any face is going to be this one here, and it sees the sweep, and let's check mark that, and so I have my handlebar completed. So there it is. Voila. So hope that helps, and let me know if you have any further questions, and have a great day. Alright, bye.